Hello everyone, welcome back to 3 News Now. I'm Stephanie Haney and today is Monday, November 29th. Thank you for being here for the top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. We start today with another trial that is catching the nation's attention. The trial of Jussie Smollett. That is expected to start this week on charges that he faked a racist attack in January of 2019. Now, if you remember, back then, Jussie Smollett, who is a black and openly gay actor, reported to Chicago police that he was the victim of a hate crime. He said that he was walking home from a Subway sandwich shop at 2 a.m. and that two men recognized him from the TV show Empire and then attacked him, saying racial and homophobic slurs. He also said the men put a makeshift noose around his neck and shouted, "This is MAGA country," which is a reference to then President Donald Trump's campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again." Well, weeks later came the announcement that he had been charged with staging the attack to further his career and get a higher salary, and police said that he hired two brothers from Nigeria to pretend to attack him for $3,500. So that's the background. Now, there was a lot of back and forth on these charges, and after it was all said and done, he will now, almost 3 years later, face charges that he did fake that attack. Now, the producers of Empire did renew his contract for the sixth and final season in 2019, but he never made an appearance on the show, and he hasn't given any significant musical performances since this happened. So he was charged with felony disorderly conduct after law enforcement and prosecutors said that he lied about what happened to him in downtown Chicago. He has pleaded not guilty in the case. Jury selection is scheduled to begin today. Disorderly conduct is a Class 4 felony. It carries a sentence of up to 3 years in prison, but experts do say that it's much more likely that if he is convicted, he would not serve prison time. He'd be placed on probation and possibly ordered to perform community service. Again, that is if he is found guilty. He has pleaded not guilty. Now let's take a look at over the weekend in Ohio. You know that the Thanksgiving holiday is known for people having drinks, and something that goes along with that, unfortunately, are arrests for driving under intoxication. So taking a look at the Thanksgiving holiday travel picture, there were many arrests for driving under intoxication. About 300 people operating a vehicle while impaired arrested for that, and 147 drug charges over that period from November 24th through the 28th, which was Sunday. And unfortunately, there were 13 deaths in Ohio, 3 of them here in Northeast Ohio, in Cuyahoga and in Portage County. If you want to see how those statistics break down what people were charged with and how the deaths compare, they are up this year over past years. You can see that on WKYC.com. Now let's get an update on what experts are saying on the Omicron variant of the COVID-19 virus. Claudia Hoyen, who is the director of infection control with Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital, says it does seem to be spreading quickly. It was first discovered in South Africa, where one of the world's leading DNA sequencing labs is. Now cases have been reported in Belgium, Israel, Hong Kong, and other countries across Europe. Hoyen said how this compares, what we know so far, to the Delta COVID-19 variant is that Delta has 16 mutations, mostly in the spike area. That's the part of the virus that binds it inside your body. And that this one, which is being known as Omicron, has over 30 mutations and another 20 throughout the rest of the genome. Whether or not the Omicron variant will cause breakthrough infections is not yet known. The next few weeks will be very telling. That's according to the experts. Dr. Anthony Fauci has said that they don't want people to panic. They want people to know that they are doing everything they can to stay ahead of this. So with that, let's take a look at the latest COVID-19 numbers in from the Ohio Department of Health. In the last 24 hours, we've seen 5,731 new reported cases of COVID-19. Here in Ohio now, the total number of COVID-19 deaths is at 26,483. Right now, there are 3,735 people in the hospital being treated for COVID-19. That number continues to go up. And out of those people, 975 of them are being treated in an intensive care unit. Now, as we talk about COVID-19, obviously, it's been a major point of conversation for the last year and a half. So now we come to MerriamWebster's word of the year for 2021, and that word, unsurprisingly, is vaccine. Peter Sokolowski, who is Merriam-Webster's editor-at-large, told the Associated Press that the word was extremely high in their data every single day for 2021, and that people looking up vaccine increased 601% from 2020 to 2021. It was in 2020, December 2020, when the first shot was administered in New York. here in the U.S. Now, earlier this year, MerriamWebster added to its online entry for vaccine to make it more expansive to cover all the talk of mRNA vaccines or messenger vaccines, which are like those developed by Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna for COVID-19. Now, here in Northeast Ohio, Metro Health CEO and President Dr. Akram Boutros has announced that he will be retiring at the end of 2022, so a little over a year left for him. He was made the company CEO in 2013. He's overseen expansion of the Metro Health system, which now has 20 community health centers, 4 hospitals, 5 Metro Express care locations, and 10 pharmacies, in addition to the main campus medical center. Here is what Dr. Boutros said. He said that he fell in love with Metro Health the first time he visited, and it's been the privilege of a lifetime to be the CEO. He said he never imagined that he would have accomplished so much so quickly, not he specifically. He said we, speaking of the organization. He went on to say this: I am delighted to say that we have arguably achieved our vision of becoming the most admired public health system in the nation. With the Glick Center and Behavioral Health Hospital opening next year, it feels like the right time to hand the baton to Metro Health's next leader. When we do find out more information about that, of course, we will bring it to you on WKYC.com, our WKYC app, and all of our broadcasts. And today, on what is definitely not a Victory Monday, we are taking a look at how people are reacting to the Cleveland Browns' loss to the Baltimore Ravens on the road, 16-10 yesterday. Always not great to watch a loss, right? There's a lot of frustration out there. What we're seeing on social media is people are looking for someone to blame. Some people are blaming Baker Mayfield, the quarterback. Some people are blaming the offensive play calling, aka head coach Kevin Stefanski. Some people are blaming the wide receivers. But a lot of people, or at least some people, are saying they see hope and it ain't over yet. And here's one positive thing I'm going to point out to you. Now, I haven't fact-checked this scenario, but someone did say that there is a weird scenario that can play out where the Browns win the division at 10-7 and all 4 teams from the division make the playoffs. I will let all you sports experts debate that one. But you can find the more reaction on WKYC.com. Other reaction that you can find on WKYC.com is from Kareem Hunt Sr. This feels pretty familiar, right? It wasn't that long ago that Odell Beckham Sr. was talking about Baker Mayfield and his son, Odell Beckham Jr., who eventually ended up being picked up by the Los Angeles Rams after that fiasco. Well, Kareem Hunt Sr. called Baker Mayfield scared to throw the ball. He had posted on his personal Facebook page on Sunday night criticizing the Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield. Then that post got deleted, and then he posted again, and he said that people on his Facebook are saying that he's like OBJ's daddy. That's a quote from him. He said that he's stating facts on football, and what we see, he's limping, he's scared to throw the ball. They know he's hurt. They're going to keep listening, but if people don't like what he's saying, unfriend him. He said he isn't jeopardizing anything, and he has a right to speak. He says, I'm not posting any videos. Probably referring to what Odell Beckham Sr. did when he posted that mashup of clips of Baker Mayfield and Odell Beckham Jr. not connecting on those passes. So wherever you stand on that, Kareem Hunt Sr. not backing down, but did delete that first post on social media. Now, head coach Kevin Stefanski said that he will not bench Baker Mayfield during the bye week. He said that he'll be keeping on with him. Appearing in 11 of the Browns' 12 games so far, Mayfield has completed 62.2% of his passes for 2,413 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. He's had those injuries to his left shoulder, his left foot, and his right knee. So right now, according to head coach Kevin Stefanski, he's the guy. He's the guy to take us through at least the next game. So right now, the Browns are sitting at 6-6. They have a bye week next week, and then they go on to play the Ravens again when they return from that bye week. So after that loss, after that 16-10 loss to the Baltimore Ravens, according to 538, which is an advanced analytics website, the Browns now have a 19% chance of making the playoffs. I don't know, call me an optimist, but I like those odds. 19% is not nothing. It's not bad, and we are a 500 team right now. We're 6-6. It is a 13% drop from a week ago, but it is not over. It is definitely not over. The competition in the AFC North is tight over the next couple weeks. Now, the New York Times gives Cleveland a 25% chance of making the playoffs, which is also a 13% drop from last week, but a little bit better of odds, 1-4. So we'll see what happens there. Now, if you were watching Sunday Night Football, though, you saw those athlete introductions. That's something that happens when a team plays in prime time. Myles Garrett appeared to be channeling his Ron Burgundy because when he popped up, he said, "I'm Myles Garrett," with a question mark, as if he was reading a teleprompter. So that was a fun moment. So If nothing else, that was some entertainment there. And we did get to see Myles Garrett sack Lamar Jackson. That's his 14th for the season. So now he is tied with the Cleveland Browns' single-season record for the most sacks at 14. And it took Reggie Camps a full season to do that. And Myles Garrett has done it in only 12 games. So we'll see what happens over the next games remaining in this regular season. And this is a longer regular season, too. There are 5 more games left, not just 4 like he had. Now, looking forward to baseball, the Cleveland Guardians will be playing the Oakland Athletics in the 2022 Las Vegas Big League weekend. They didn't have it last year because of COVID-19. So now we know that the AAA Las Vegas Aviators announced that their major league affiliate, the Oakland Athletics, will play the Guardians in the 2022 Las Vegas Big League weekend. That'll be at Las Vegas Ballpark. It's a 2-game series during spring training that happens March 12th and 13th, which doesn't feel all that far away. And both of those games will start at 1 p.m. Pacific time, so that'll be 4 p.m. for us here Eastern time. And before I let you go here today, I need to remind you that we have your Shop Local guide on WKYC.com. You can check out Northeast Ohio businesses if you want to shop local for your gift-giving needs, whether it's for your sister, your brother, your mom, your dad, a friend, a coworker, your pets. We've got your bases covered if you want to see some great local businesses that you can support the people here in Northeast Ohio. We've got that up on WKYC.com with a lot of variety for all of the people and pets and what have you that you might need to get a gift for this holiday season. Okay, that's it for your 3 News Now update today for Monday, November 29th. I hope everyone is having a wonderful start to their week. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday weekend. And I will see you back here tomorrow with more 3 News Now.